Turn to your neighbor and repeat the subject after me. Say, neighbor, if you're not loving, you're not living. If you're not loving, you're not living. From the standpoint of everything that we have dealt with since the beginning of February in church services as well as in Bible studies, it has everything to do with relationships. It has everything to do with friendships. But most of all, it has everything to do with partnership. I think that the song that we used to listen to back in the early 70s, Brother Larry says that it takes a fool to learn that love don't love nobody. But I'm finding out more and more that the writer of the song had life twisted. It's right that love don't love nobody because love loves everybody. And the reality of it is that all our lives, from adolescent to even adulthood, that we look for somebody to love us. We look for somebody to exemplify the type of love that will fulfill us. And through many trial and error, we find out that before anybody can love us, you have to love yourself. And even before you can love yourself, you have to be introduced to what love is. And the introduction to love can only be found in that of God. For if you don't know how to love God, you won't know how to love yourself. And if you don't know how to love yourself, you will not find out how and discover how to love somebody else. For if we don't learn how to love God and then ourselves, we end up falling in one of the two categories pertaining to love. You end up falling in lust, dealing with the word eros. And eros is all about what's physical. Eros is the touchy, feeling. Eros, the name derived from a Greek god, which was the god of love. And the only thing that Eros can relate to is how fine you are, how handsome you are, what you got going on. But when you're dealing with Eros, you have to be careful because Eros has those physical traits that later on leads to controlling. God, I wish I had somebody that can understand that they love you as long as they can control you. And then when you deal with control, then you have to deal with abuse. Because when you're out of place, when you're out of pocket, when you don't answer your phone, when you don't respond to a text, then the Eros gets jealous because they have no security with themselves, and the only security that they have is the point of controlling you. And so you have to be real careful when you're dealing with folk that fall in love with your flesh and miss your true value. You have to be careful that they are in awe by your beauty and by your shape. But they don't even understand that inside of you is a whole nother person that desire more than touch it, feel it, that desire more than your bills paid, that desire more than going out to dinner. There's a person that's inside of you that's looking for the other half of them so that the two can become one. In other words, arrow has its time that after a while, touch it, feel it, get old. I wish I had about 3 or 4 folk that say, I need more than touch it, feel it. I need more than you to tell me how beautiful I am. I need more than you to tell me where to go, when to go, who not to be with, where I can go, how long before I get on. I'll be back when I get back. And so eros is a dangerous type love, because eros will make you think after it abuses you, after it don't dotted both of your eyes, after it don't broke something, eros will make you think, I only did it because I love you. And sometimes folk will go in these arrow-type relationships, and they will go and they will find somebody that whoops someone, that beats someone, that go upside their head, and then they figure that if they meet somebody that treat them right, y'all talk to me, if they meet somebody that treat them right and know how to talk to her and know how to treat them, they think it ain't normal.